What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I got some new news concerning Manny Pacquiao and Adrien Broner. The official announcement was made today. I just took time to check out the press conference. It was cool. You know, Manny was himself, Mr. Senator of the Philippines. And of course, Adrien, the problem Broner, was exactly himself. At first, he was real quiet. I was like, damn. He ain't saying much until they asked him, and he exploded with more and more of Adrien Broner. The things that you love about Adrien Broner are the same things that a lot of people hate about Adrien Broner. He is going to be who he is. He says at the end of the day, all jokes aside, he's going to beat Manny Pacquiao's motherfucking ass, and he won't miss the opportunity to miss out on $100 million. And I know what he meant by that, because if he beats Manny Pacquiao, he can demand more money from that torch being passed down to him, which I agree with him. It is a perfect opportunity. That's what I've been telling guys about this particular fight, because Manny now has got out of the web of Bob Arum, and he's allowed to give the opportunity to young fighters such as Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner is a guy that is marketable. This is his first pay-per-view. I think Adrian should do his research, though. He did say, well, this is the first time Manny's been on the A side. I was like, no, bro. I don't know where you were. Maybe you were still in high school or some shit like that. But Manny was showcasing fights like since Oscar De La Hoya, though. The only fight that he was not the A side was the Floyd Mayweather fight, period. You know what I mean? What made that fight so big is when these two big guys came together. So I think he needed to do his research on that, because, it was always Pacquiao, whoever, except for Floyd. So, yeah, that was wrong. But, yeah, he looked a little chubby, chunky, bulky in the belly. You know what I mean? Adrien Broner, but I'm quite sure he'll get into shape. He hasn't even started training camp yet, but it just shows you about these guys, Adrien Broner, Earl Spence. These guys, they pick up weight after camp. A lot of them do the same thing. They even said Terrence Crawford was up to 180 at one point. You know what I mean? He wasn't the other night when he checked Errol Spence. Anyway, moving on. I think it's going to be an exciting fight, because Adrien Broner, he does say the same thing. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But it's different this time, because he knows, and I feel that he knows. He knows that there is no other opportunity after this like this one. He might fight again if he gets his ass beat or loses, right? But there won't be one like this, and he knows that. So whatever he's holding back, all the hesitant times to wait to punch, all the counter-punching opportunities that he's so reluctant to do for whatever reason, he has to let that go. He has to let it all go in January, okay? And he knows that. Manny Pacquiao is just basically, he has redeemed PBC, because a lot of these guys, they're not fighting each other. Let's just be real. You might get a good fight once a year on the PBC cards. Now they have to up the ante. The zone's putting pressure on them. So Manny Pacquiao came into this platform, and I think he really revived it. He saved PBC, because if it wasn't for anyone else, everybody else wouldn't be fighting each other. And, until this new player came to this ring, Manny Pacquiao, I just want to see what he has at 40. You know what I mean? So it's hard to tell if Manny's punch drunk, because he's been talking that way for so long. You know what I mean? But hey, he's not about trash talk. And I was wondering if that would get under his skin when Adrian started, the insults, you know what I mean? The trash talk. But, he just said, it's not about trash talk and talking bad. It's about talking into the ring. And I want this a good fight for the people. and he's, and that's pretty much, that's Pacquiao. And then a lot of times he'll just laugh it off, which he did, which was cool. You know what I mean? He handled that right. A lot of people um, that hurt Adrien Broner, but Adrien Broner's charismatic. That's what makes Adrien Broner Adrien Broner. If this fight wouldn't have sold, it wouldn't be on PB. This would not be on pay-per-view if it wasn't Adrien Broner. You know what I mean? If this was Danny Garcia, something, this probably wouldn't even be on pay-per-view. You know what I mean? And I think that Manny was shortchanged on Top Rank. I don't know why they stopped putting his stuff on pay-per-view, regardless of the ESPN contract that Bob Arum signed with them exclusively. That still should have been a co-promotion of pay-per-view. And then they wanted to throw him on the undercard of Terrence Crawford. So no, there was really nothing that he could really do else at Top Rank. So I'm glad he made a good decision for himself to come on over. What else? We don't really know too much about this fight, and except these guys are fighting, and like they said, this fight was years in the making. This fight just wouldn't just sprung out of thin air, And I look forward to it, man, honestly. I think it's going to be an entertaining fight because, like Adrien Broner said, he threw shade, but he was also, throwing some truth on the matter. Manny Pacquiao's been stopped a few times, okay? He said, well, you can go to sleep, you know what I mean? But I got the power to do it. Adrien Broner's never been knocked out. He's been dropped, but he's never been knocked out. So he's a tough kid. But it's all about him, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking like, okay, I guess this is the only opportunity and the only way that he can be at 110%. You know what I mean? This is the only thing that I can think about, honestly. What else? The face-off was kind of humorous. Because, Manny's like a happy-go-lucky guy. You know what I mean? He's not that serious center Pacquiao like he used to be. He's just kind of like, it's another fight for me. And Adrien Broner, I know he has respect for Manny Pacquiao like he stated. So it wasn't nothing too out of the ordinary. I think it went pretty successful. And I just really look forward to the fight. You know what I mean? I look forward to the All Access. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed the Fury Wilder one last night. If you guys haven't checked that video out, check that out. I just posted it like earlier this morning or whatever. But yeah, I look forward to all the hype. All the things that's gonna make this fight great. PBC though, they are up in the ante, and I'm glad and I'm thankful as a fight fan for the opportunity, because these guys are in competition. So the more competition these guys are in with, the better fights you're going to get because people are pressured. So this is a great time for boxing, man. You guys tell me what you think about this. I'm going to put the link to the description. If you guys got Facebook, you can go to it and check it out yourselves. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.